What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. It should go without saying that I'm not a financial advisor. Very important that you do your own research and only use risk capital if you're going to be investing in some of this stuff. So in my last video, I talked about becoming an owner of the animal farm and the beauty of this ecosystem where we have the chance to acquire assets that we can live off of and not have to sell them. And a lot of you in the comments asked if I could explain that a little bit further because some of you were not too familiar with the way the mechanics of the animal farm works. But it sounds like a lot of you got something from the last video and were asking me to do a follow-up. And so that's what I want to cover in this video, is just kind of a macro view of how it all sort of works. And I'm not going to get into too much detail about it because I think then it gets a little confusing, but just kind of big pictures is really what I want to kind of paint here. Before we begin, if you are new to the channel, if you would please consider subscribing. It really helps me out a lot, helps the channel. Also, if you're getting anything from the content, hit that like button. All right, so here everyone is very familiar with the faucet. For those that are still kind of getting used to the system, I want to say this. The animal farm and the hype that's coming with it and all that stuff and how excited all of us are that it's going to be unpaused in about a month. Keep in mind, the faucet is king. Okay, so you know, if you were to just, if someone asked me what would be the one thing to invest in the entire ecosystem, I would say the faucet. Like, grow your bags in the faucet. So if you haven't gotten in the faucet yet, I'm going to leave my buddy address down below. You need to sign up under someone, so I'll leave that in the description. This is a certificate of deposit. The way this works, paying you 1% on your deposits every single day. All right, so we come over to the animal farm. Let's just go to the main page here. I'm going to give a quick rundown. Before we do that, I want to come over real quick to PancakeSwap. Now, I'm sure there's a way to make this dark, and being a what Scott likes to call me, a boomer, I still have it on white. Hey, Scotty, can you help me out here, buddy? Is there a way to make this dark? So I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with PancakeSwap. PancakeSwap, and there's others like it, right? On different chains, right? You have Trader Joe's, which is on Avalanche chain. You have Uniswap, which is on, I think, Ethereum. You have, what's the other one? SushiSwap. I forget which one that's on. But there's different chains that do a few things, some of which is about exchanging tokens for other tokens that have not been listed on any major exchange. Now, there's something in DeFi known as yield farming. Places like PancakeSwap or Uniswap, these are the places people will go to provide liquidity to the exchange and earn yield off of it, right? So if we come to PancakeSwap, now I know a lot of you are just been used to, you know, changing out like your pigs token, you know, for BNB or BUSD, but you come over here to earn, you have farms and pools. All right, so this farms typically are about liquidity pairs, right? So two coins being pushed together to create an LP, liquidity pair token, which you can stake and you earn yield. So if you take the native token for PancakeSwap, which is Cake, and you pair it with BNB, you can earn a 22% APR. And they range, and it's all different. And then they have these different multipliers that are there. And but basically, this is a way for you to provide liquidity. Now, I've talked about this a lot, but it's worth, you know, mentioning again. What is liquidity? The simplest thing is that liquidity is what's needed for any type of trading exchange to be able to execute trades. Someone wants to sell their cake for BNB, well, you know, to have enough BNB in the exchange to be able to pay that out, because at the same time, someone may want to buy the exact same amount of cake, right? So having the liquidity to be able to facilitate those two transactions. So I don't want to go too much into that, but liquidity is needed. So when you stake this, you are providing a service for PancakeSwap and they will pay you, right? All right, and that's farms. Pools are single stakes. So you could just take the pancake swap, the cake token, and stake it. And if you lock it up, you can make up to 64% APR or APY, sorry, because it's the yield. All right, now we come back over to the animal farm. And what Forex is doing is he is creating our own platform where we can yield farm, right? Where we can provide liquidity to, and in return, earn yield. Now, what I want to do for this video is I want to go to the old animal farm because by the way, whether I use this one or the old one, all of it is old because we're going to have the new one coming out soon. And I'll be happy to kind of do a refresher on this with the new UI. But this is just to kind of give you guys a just more macro understanding of how this all works and how you can acquire native assets, never sell them, and basically earn dividends or earned yield by holding them in the animal farm. So if we come over to the old one, and as you see, farms and pools, this is just like with PancakeSwap, right? So the farms are going to be the liquidity pairs and the pools are going to be the single staking, right? So if we come over to the farms, as you can see, this looks kind of similar to what PancakeSwap is, right? That's because it is. It's very similar. Now, the difference is with the animal farm, there are two native assets, pigs and dogs. Pigs being the most sought after asset, the most valuable. In fact, if I were to sum up everything, I think what the animal farm is about is really just acquiring as much pigs as you possibly can and then adding it to the pig pen, okay? Because when you acquire pigs, I'm gonna come back to this one. When you acquire pigs, you can place it here in the pig pen, right? So I got 57 pigs in here. And just by holding this in here, I earn BUSD. Now, I got $3.50. I'm balling. All right. It's not a lot because the farms are not fully open yet. So the farm itself is not generating a lot of profit. And if you remember, the point of when you own pigs and you stake it in the pig pen, that is you claiming ownership of the farm. The farm generates profit through all the transactions that go on. So anytime someone comes in and buys pigs or sells pigs or pairs, drip BUSD, stakes, unstakes, using the drip garden, all of that, anytime someone comes in and is doing something, is moving money around, it generates taxes, it generates fees, just like in PancakeSwap. The people that created PancakeSwap, they're not doing it out of the kindness of their own heart. They're doing it because they're generating a small slice of every single transaction. And think of all the transactions that go on in PancakeSwap every day. Now, the animal farm is our ability to take ownership in a yield farm. And the way that we take the ownership is by taking pigs and putting them into the pig pen. And once this is fully up and running, the accumulation of this will start creating more BUSD. And you can just claim this BUSD. You don't have to sell any of the pigs and you can live off of that, right? If you have enough pigs in here, there will be a daily amount of BUSD generated based on the number of pigs that you have. Now, you should be thinking to yourself, great, how do I get pigs? Okay, well, you can buy pigs just straight up, and they have a swap here, right? And I'm sure this is gonna be similar. So you take BUSD and you can purchase pigs. All right, and then when you purchase the pigs, you take them and you put them into the pig pen. You can also earn pigs, and that is the part going back to here, what a lot of the farms are. So the farms and the single staking pools are a way of earning the native assets, pigs, and then there's dogs. Now for this video, we're just gonna focus a bit on the pigs, okay? So in terms of the liquidity pairs, on the old farm, the way it worked was these three right here, right? So drip BUSD, dogs and wrap BNB, and dogs in BUSD, if you paired these here and staked them in here, you were earning pigs. See this here, pigs earned, right? Obviously this is off right now. Okay, and the APY or the APRs on this were a little bit different, but they were all paying very well. And when you earn your pigs, you collect your pigs, right? You keep this staked, or you can unstake this. This is not like Drip where it's a certificate of deposit. You can unstake this anytime and get your money back, right? Or you can continue to just add to it, all the while continuing to take the pigs that you've earned, right? And then once they're earned, you bring them up to the pig pen and stake them in the pig pen. But as you can see, you come down here, a lot of these, right? We're earning the dogs token. Now, what's cool about the new animal farm is that dogs is going to be, there's going to be a place where you can put it, a single staking pool. I'm going to be referring to that as the dog pound, which I think Forex also refers to it as. You got the pig pen and the dog pound. You put dogs in the dog pound and you're earning BNB dividends, right? So you can just let that pile up and you can earn BNB. And that's what I referred to a bit in the last video. In the old one, if you took dogs, and this would be considered the dog pound, right? Because this is the single staking pool. But in the old one, you were earning pigs. That's going to be changed. And now we're going to be earning BNB here. And look at this. I mean, look, you can, this will be in the new one, right? Some of you hold probably a significant amount of Ethereum. So if you wanted to stake Ethereum, you could put it right here where you're earning, on this one, you earn dogs, right? And then when you earn the dogs, then you put it in the dog pound and you earn BNB. And it's just this cycle. So let me give you kind of an example. And I know that the Drip BUSD is probably the farm that you've been hearing a lot about because people are really excited about this one. Okay. So let me give you kind of a scenario of how this can work, right? Obviously, you guys have heard of the Drip Garden. So the Drip Garden is basically taking the Drip BUSD LP pair, staking it in here, and it's a miner, meaning that when you put it in here, you can't unstake it. But what you're earning is this pair every day. And so, and as these plants build up, I can either replant them, like compound them, or I can sell them, which will give me Drip BUSD. Claim the Drip BUSD, and I come over to the Drip BUSD farm and I stake it in here. I stake it in here, and then I'm earning pigs. I then take the pigs and I bring them back over to the pig pen and I put them in here, and then I'm earning BUSD. I take the BUSD that I'm getting from the pig pen, okay, and then I pair it with more Drip. Where will I get Drip? You should ask. From the Faucet. I will claim my Drip, all right? So let's say I had $36 in BUSD that I had just gotten from the pig pen. Well, I come over, I claim this, and by the way, remember, claiming does not affect the price of Drip. Selling and buying are the only things that affect the price of Drip. All right, so I claim the Drip, I grab my BUSD, I create a liquidity pair, which I can do on PancakeSwap or the Drip Liberation contract, and then I stake it in here. And so basically I'm adding to what I already had in here. And what does that get me? It gets me more pigs, which I then take to the pig pen, deposit in here, and I earn more BUSD. Now, I don't have to do that. If I want, I can take the BUSD and I can go on a baller vacation to Vegas. DripCon 2023, I will be using my BUSD to pay for that. The cool thing is that you're just gonna get to live off of this. Now, I don't wanna make it seem like the pig pen, when you put, your pigs in here, it's gonna be like raining money in the beginning. Like, we don't really know exactly how much the payouts are going to be. All right. What is interesting about it is that the payouts will have nothing to do with the total price of pigs, which right now are $74 per pig. I think this is going to go up significantly. right? I mean, the original animal farm, I mean, pigs, I think made it up to almost $1,000 per pig. I think it got to like 900 or something. I bought some of the 57 that I have up here. I mean, some of those I were buying $400 pig, $300 pig. Once we dropped below 100, I started, accumulating. That's what helped get me, up here, was everyone was selling. I think that this amount is going to go up significantly. And as a result of that, this strategy that I'm talking about here, and what the wannabe whale posted about in the group, and what you've been hearing some other people talk about in terms of not having to sell your native assets in this ecosystem and just live off of dividends, that is one strategy that people are going to be using. Another strategy will be people will be selling pigs, dogs, and drip when we experience significant price appreciation. I really this is an opportunity to be an owner. And this goes back to what I was talking about in the last video about real financial freedom, right? And really seeing a significant difference in my income was when I went from being an employee to a business owner. So when I hear of an opportunity to become an owner, I mean, my ears just light up, right? And I've said that in other videos. So I don't really have a desire to sell pigs. Look, if pigs shoot up to 1,000, all right, maybe I'll sell one. I don't know. But I doubt it though, because I look at the quantity of pigs. I just want that number to go up and up and up, because remember, the amount of BUSD that you're getting will be based nothing on the price of pigs. Nothing. It has nothing to do. It has to do with the quantity. 57 is the number that you get paid on, not on how much the pigs are. Because the quantity, the amount of pigs you have, determines your percent ownership in this farm. Some people will be looking for that quick profit. They'll be selling their drip, they'll be selling their pigs, they'll be selling their dogs when the prices shoot up. Now, I will definitely be selling some drip. I've been in the damn thing. I've been in the thing since January, and I haven't sold any. But I see this as a long-term play, that as long as I'm going through this kind of loop and I'm constantly just acquiring more pigs and more dogs, more drip, I will be acquiring more of an ownership in this. And having a bigger ownership will only just generate more dividends, daily dividends in BNB and BUSD. Now, keep in mind, I haven't even talked about Scratchy. I haven't even talked about the dogs roulette game and all of that other stuff that's coming. All of that will also be contributing to those dividends that we get in BNB and in BUSD. Right? I'm just talking about people using the farms, just how I'm showing how I plan to use the farm. All that stuff generates a return for the farm, and everyone else doing the same thing. It generates a return, and I want to cut. Forex is saying, hey, do you want to be an owner? Want to be a partner with me? I hope this made sense. I've done a video similar to this a while ago where I kind of talked about this. I'll try and leave a link to it down below. It's from 4 or 5 months ago. And I remember when I did that one, I thought I did a better job than I am right now. I don't know why, but let me know what you think of this. Ask questions. I'll continue to kind of go over this. It's gonna take a little while for it to kind of sink in, but once it clicks, I mean, I think the beauty of this really will be revealed, and you'll see why so many of us are just excited to see this thing happen. So, anyway, yeah. If you got anything from this, please like the video. If you haven't subscribed, would really appreciate you joining and subscribing. Helps me out. And yeah, I will catch you guys on the next one.